Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code DTC P2649 pertains to high voltage in the rocker arm oil control solenoid circuit for the 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord models, with the exception of PZEV versions. The rocker arm oil control solenoid plays a vital role in managing engine performance and efficiency by controlling oil flow to the rocker arms, which are crucial for operating the engine's valves. This solenoid helps in adjusting valve timing through variable valve timing (VVT) mechanisms. It is located along the engine, often near the valve cover, and connects to the engine control module (ECM) or powertrain control module (PCM) via a 2P connector. When high voltage is detected in this circuit, it may lead to performance issues, increased emissions, or potential engine damage if left unaddressed. Therefore, proper troubleshooting is essential to diagnose and rectify the issue, ensuring the vehicle operates smoothly. DTC P2649 specifically indicates a condition where the rocker arm oil control solenoid circuit is experiencing high voltage, which can disrupt normal vehicle operation. The rocker arm oil control solenoid is responsible for regulating the oil flow that facilitates the timing adjustments of the rocker arms. These adjustments are crucial for achieving optimal valve timing, thus maximizing engine performance and efficiency. Located near the valve cover, this component connects directly to both the solenoid and the engine control module (ECM) or powertrain control module (PCM) via a 2P connector. When the solenoid circuit shows high voltage, it typically suggests an issue with either the solenoid itself or the wiring connected to it. This error needs prompt attention, as it can lead to adverse effects not just on engine performance, but also on fuel efficiency and emissions. There are several potential causes for the occurrence of DTC P2649. A faulty rocker arm oil control solenoid is one primary suspect. If the solenoid has internal failures or shorts, it might send incorrect signals that lead to high voltage readings. Additionally, wiring issues such as frayed or damaged wires connected to the solenoid could contribute to the problem. These wiring concerns can lead to poor connectivity, causing inconsistent signals or high voltage readings. Furthermore, bad connections to the engine control module (ECM) or powertrain control module (PCM) could also cause DTC P2649. These connections must be solid. Otherwise, they can yield intermittent faults that confuse diagnosis. Identifying these issues early could prevent serious engine problems and is a crucial step in troubleshooting. The symptoms associated with DTC P2649 can significantly affect overall vehicle performance. One of the most common signs is engine performance issues, which may manifest as reduced power or acceleration. These performance dips can affect drivability, particularly during demanding driving conditions. Additionally, you may notice an increase in vehicle emissions, primarily due to improper valve timing dictated by the malfunctioning rocker arm solenoid. Furthermore, the check engine light (CEL) will activate, alerting the driver to a service requirement that should not be ignored. Addressing these symptoms promptly is essential, as they can lead to greater complications down the line if the underlying issue with the rocker arm oil control solenoid circuit is not resolved. To begin troubleshooting DTC P2649, start by turning the ignition switch to the on/to position. It's crucial to record all freeze data and any onboard snapshots available at this stage. This information can provide valuable insights into the conditions under which the error occurred, including any specific engine parameters or performance states. Following this, review the general troubleshooting information to understand specific procedures and expectations related to this DTC. Assessing freeze frame data allows you a glimpse into the vehicle's performance at the time of the fault, helping in isolating the issue. Following this organized approach sets a solid foundation for further diagnostic steps. In this step, utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC from the engine control unit. Clearing the code allows you to reset the system and potentially identify whether the issue is persistent or intermittent. Once the code is cleared, start the engine and hold the RPM at approximately 3,000 without any load. In an automatic transmission, this can be done by placing the gear in park, P, or neutral, while in a manual transmission, keep it in neutral. Keep this RPM until the radiator fan activates, indicating the engine has reached a certain temperature threshold. After reaching this point, let the engine return to an idle state. This step is critical for allowing the system to recalibrate and for monitoring any new DTCs that may appear during the process. Next, utilize the HDS to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs following the idle period. Here, you specifically want to check if DTC P2649 is indicated again. If it appears, it implies the issue is likely persistent and needs further investigation. If it's not indicated, then the system may have functioned normally, which could suggest an intermittent failure. However, it's essential to check for poor connections or loose terminals at both the rocker arm oil control solenoid and ECM/PCM as potential sources of the previous high voltage issue. Intermittent errors can originate from connection problems that may not consistently present themselves. Diagnosing these issues effectively can be pivotal in preventing future performance concerns. With the ignition switched to the lock 0 position, your next action is to disconnect the 2P connector from the rocker arm oil control solenoid. Always ensure to perform these actions with the ignition off to prevent any electrical shorts or accidental damage. Following the disconnection, measure the resistance between the two terminals of the solenoid's 2P connector. Ideally, you should find a resistance between 14 and 30 ohms when the solenoid is at room temperature. This measurement is critical for determining whether the solenoid is functioning within its expected parameters. If the resistance falls outside this range, it may indicate that the solenoid is faulty and requires replacement, which could solve the high voltage issue indicated by DTC P2649. Upon measuring the resistance of the rocker arm oil control solenoid, you'll need to confirm whether the value aligns with the expected range of 14 to 30 ohms at room temperature. If the resistance is within this range, you will proceed to step 8 for further diagnostics. However, if the resistance does not meet this criterion, it typically indicates a need for potentially replacing the solenoid or addressing other connected wiring issues by advancing to step 12. This differentiation is crucial as it directs the troubleshooting path more accurately. Understanding the resistance value provides essential insight into the solenoid's operational capability, helping to isolate whether the issue stems from the solenoid itself or related components. In this step, you will need to check for continuity between terminal number 1 of the rocker arm oil control solenoid's 2P connector and body ground. This test helps identify whether there is a proper path for electrical flow to ground, which is essential for the solenoid's function. If continuity is present, meaning an electrical connection exists, you will move on to step 9 for further diagnostic procedures. However, if there is no continuity, it usually indicates an open circuit, potentially caused by damaged wiring or poor connections. Identifying an open circuit often necessitates repairs to restore function, which may include splicing new wire in or ensuring solid connections at the G101 ground point. These measures play an integral role in ensuring the solenoid circuit's functionality, thereby addressing the root issue behind DTC P2649. After confirming continuity, the next step involves jumping the SCS service check signal line using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This step is primarily for diagnostic purposes, allowing you to bypass certain circuits and access diagnostic functions more directly. Jumping the SCS line can help in isolating further faults within the Engine Control Module, ECM, or Powertrain Control Module, PCM systems. Once you have successfully executed this, refer back to Step 9 for any further troubleshooting that may require additional actions or checks. This method is an essential part of pinpointing errors tied to control signal pathways and can clarify whether continuing diagnostics will yield beneficial results in resolving DTC P2649 effectively. For final repair verification, it is essential to confirm that no pending or confirmed DTCs exist once repairs have been made. After addressing the rocker arm oil control solenoid circuitry, ensure that the solenoid operates as intended. This may involve visually inspecting the solenoid while monitoring its function during an engine run test. Additionally, take the vehicle for a test drive under various conditions to guarantee that it performs without triggering DTC P2649 again. Effective verification ensures that all issues have been addressed, instilling confidence in the repairs made to restore normal function. This verification stage holds significant value, as it not only checks the effectiveness of the repair, but also reassures the driver of the vehicle's reliability. Preventive maintenance plays a key role in minimizing the chances of encountering issues like DTC P2649 in the future. Regularly inspecting wiring components and connections associated with the rocker arm oil control solenoid ensures any wear and tear are identified sooner rather than later. Furthermore, scheduling routine diagnostics can help catch issues before they escalate into more significant problems, aiding in the long-term health of the vehicle's engine. Maintaining solenoid functionality through proper lubrication and timely service checks can also enhance performance and efficiency. A proactive approach to vehicle maintenance can significantly reduce the risk of DTC occurrence, promoting reliability and optimizing performance. In conclusion, DTC P2649 is an important indicator of a high-voltage issue in the rocker arm oil control solenoid circuit, requiring thorough troubleshooting and appropriate corrective action. By following the outlined steps methodically, from clearing DTCs to checking resistance and continuity, you can effectively isolate the problem and implement solutions that restore performance. Recognizing the symptoms, such as engine performance issues and increased emissions, can also provide early signals that intervention is necessary. Implementing preventive maintenance measures not only enhances vehicle reliability, but also minimizes the reoccurrence of such DTCs. Addressing this issue promptly will ensure a more efficient and problem-free driving experience for all Honda Accord owners. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.